You're in the Business Insurance Zone with me, Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and contributing author to Backroom Technician. This week on The Biz, the video sales soap opera series, and on today's show, retirement and estate planning with special guest and co-host, co-creator of Selling Technologies, Jerry Mayanardi.
When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.
Well, welcome everyone to the Business Insurance Zone. I'm your host, Steve Savant, and we're broadcasting to a nationwide audience of financial advisors right here in Fountain Hills, Arizona, home of America's largest fountain. And we're day two with Selling Technologies co-host and co-creator, Jerry Mayanardi. Hey, Jerry.
Steve.
Jerry, I know we're going to get a lot of really positive feedback on these clips, which I've kind of tongue-in-cheek called soap opera video. Now, Business Killers is a huge flagship suite that not only has these consumer videos, but it also has these, what you call, I think you're calling consultant commentary.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that before we get into today's topic.
Well, part of our research into the business owner market was not only that the business owner needs to be engaged at an emotional level first before the tactical product solutions come, but also they appreciate corroboration by a third party about the information given. So what we did was we incorporated consultant commentaries from a variety of subject matter experts that come in to talk about this is what just happened, and these are some of the considerations that business owners need to give with regard to the topic being discussed.
Now, on Business Killers, how many clips are in Business Killers on the consumer side of that equation then?
Well, there's actually 17 of them, but 6 are for the generic business owner, 6 are for females, and then there are some verticals that are incorporated in there, contractors.
And does every one of those have a consulting commentary to it?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so you've busted out the business owners, male and female, which is that's a huge issue because I don't see very much propaganda or much penetration from a marketing point of view from our carriers and financial services on women.
Well, even though they are turning their attention to that, the female business owner market is the fastest growing business owner segment. So, and we all know the statistics around who controls the majority of financial decisions made in the household. So it just makes sense.
Without question. Well, today, we're talking about the two big, what I call macro level retirement and estate planning suites. Retirement and estate planning are still huge. And even though maybe the unified credit has went up so high that everybody says, gee, Steve, you have to be a 10 million plus guy to even look at it. But we're doing so much in estate planning because remember, the state level of exemptions is still very low. So while we may escape federal estate taxes, we're not escaping much on the state side. Everybody's kept those exemptions very, very low. And of course, retirement planning is the place to play right now. And I can't tell you how much we're doing income, non-qualified life insurance income off for retirement planning. People are starting to look at saying, I don't know if I want to do ERISA. I may want to do non-qualified on this. So we're starting to compare these things. And what I like about these video clips is they bring into focus the emotion of planning. Think about it. I just wrote on 15 different blogs in the last 30 days all about retirement planning deficits. We are not ready to retire. Most boomers are looking now to retire at age 70, take their Social Security at age 70, and to start taking their RMDs at age 70 and a half. And there's a reason for all this. And we want to show you some of the ideas that Business Killers has done. In fact, watch this clip on retirement planning.
Oh, hi, Donna.
Hi, Dad.
How was lunch?
Really nice. It was good to see Jeff again. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure. What's up?
Well, Jeff had some bad news.
Oh, you're kidding. Is someone sick in the family?
Oh, no, thank goodness. Everyone's fine.
Oh, then what was the bad news?
Well, it's about their business.
The electronics company?
Yes. Jeff just told me his father sold the business in order to fund his retirement, which kind of leaves Jeff out in the cold.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes, especially since it could have been avoided. He told me his father put all his money back into the business, and he never created any other sources of income for his retirement.
So he had to sell the business in order to retire.
Right. And Jeff, always thought that he'd be running the company. He's never worked anywhere else.
Why didn't he get a loan and buy the business from his father?
He tried. He couldn't get a loan.
Honey, this is all very interesting, but what does it have to do with me?
With us, Dad. Don't you see? You're just like Jeff's father. You put all your money back into the business, too.
Now, wait a minute.
It's not like I'm trying to take over or anything. I don't want you to think that.
But,
But I don't want to end up like Jeff.
Donna,
I'm just concerned for both of us, Dad. And I thought that we could come up with a plan to avoid any problems.
hey, kiddo, have I ever let you down?
Of course not.
Then you know you can count on me to take care of you, right?
Yes, but I don't understand why we just can't start working on a plan.
Because there's plenty of time for that. Trust me. And speaking of time, is there something else on your mind?
No.
Jerry, that was really a focus clip on retirement. I mean, great idea.
Business owners typically don't plan. So the intention here is to get the business owner to understand you got to monetize that business at some point. How are you going to do it? It can't be something that you do 2 weeks out. You've got to start planning well in advance.
We come back from the break, we're going to continue talking about estate planning and watch another powerful video. And don't forget, you can actually try Business Killers absolutely free for 30 days right at www.businesskillers.com/thebiz.
You're listening to the insurance industry's #1 resource for products, planning ideas, carrier information, and interviews you can use. When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.
Did you know the average 401k runs out of money just 7 to 8 years into retirement? Time Magazine, the Wall Street Journal, and many other publications have warned of the difficulty of saving with a 401k. But what if there was a way to create tax-free lifetime retirement income with no stock market risk? Good news, there is.
Living in fear of the next market dive is not the way I want to live my life.
Why would I go out there and take on risk when I don't need to?
I have a lot less stress knowing I can't lose any more of my retirement savings in the stock market.
Call now to receive your free, no-obligation analysis of what this retirement vehicle could do for you, a comparison to your current retirement plan, and a free video that explains this exciting opportunity. Start planning a retirement you can enjoy instead of worrying about future tax increases and stock market losses. Creating income that will last your entire life is the most important thing you'll ever do. Take control of your future. Call now for your free analysis, comparison, and video.
Well, welcome back to the Business Insurance Zone. I'm Steve Savant with Jerry Mayanardi. And remember, you can order today's materials at thebiz.tv. And while you're out there, don't forget to click on the Backroom Technician icon right at the Biz blog where I write for a 30-day free trial for the best needs analysis and education material that address almost every financial scenario. And on top of that, heads up, before moving forward, any of the things we talk about on this show, always consult your tax advisor or your legal counsel, as well as your broker-dealer compliance officer if you're so FINRA licensed. We're in the middle of talking about video. I mean video. Think about this. It's come to this. Finally, reality TV has come to financial services. It's really amazing.
About time.
It is about time. Now, Amanda, you were talking a little bit about it, gave an introduction. This really is a kind of a turnkey marketing system with these videos. Talk a little bit about that before we get into this clip.
It's the need, Steve, to be just in time with this stuff. So what we did was we took all of the videos from all of our platforms and pushed them up to the cloud to give producers access to this across every type of medium.
So 24/7 access off the web. You can be in this meeting, that meeting. We're now starting to lead with these videos. We're not just, we're trying to get into the first contact interview. We're trying to figure out what's distinctive, cuts us out of the pack against another advisor. We are now leading with video, not only in producers, but on consumers. Some of you have seen us on some of the big consumer sites now. They're asking questions about insurance. Last weekend, I answered over 150 consumer questions on life insurance, long-term care, annuities, disability insurance. The public wants to know, and one of the lead key issues of our response is not only writing short, pithy blogs, but sending out video to explain it.
Yeah, it's really, think about the consumer and how connected they are, and think about the iPad, the iPhone, and all of the devices. They are all optimized for video. That's how people get their information nowadays. That's how they want to get their information.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about this. I mean, there's thousands of uploads on YouTube every single day. And when you think about it, video is optimized. Can you imagine your name optimized with the video that Jerry and Michael have in Selling Technologies? Because now all of a sudden you're going to get the kind of Google ranking you've been looking for. Video is where it's at. You have to be such a creative blogger and a great wordsmith, and now we've taken it to a whole new level and scripted this out and touched the emotional issues that actually cause clients to actually want to move on something.
Yeah. People are on information overload. There's so much to read out there. So when you can actually motivate them with a piece of compelling media, it changes the game. Because you're not perceived as a salesman. You're not trying to sell me something. So it moves you, when you talk about differentiation, it moves you out of that salesperson space and into a more consultative space.
I took some of the best wordsmith documents and content written by other people that I think are geniuses in our business. I sent those out against these videos, and the videos killed it. It's not the same. We're looking at a whole new landing page. When you're thinking about clients wanting to hear about things, see about things, pithy 90-second to 120-second consumer videos are what are opening the door. Well, to prove my point, I want you to watch this video clip on estate planning.
Thank you for coming in. I know it's soon after the funeral.
You sounded worried over the phone, Gene. What's wrong?
Sit down, Carol, please. Steve, Michelle? Look, I'm not going to kid around. We've got problems.
What kind of problems?
Well, for starters, who's going to run the company? Larry never formalized who would take over if something happened to him. That's something we need to deal with now.
That's easy. Dad always told me I'd run the company if anything happened to him.
Oh, please. He never said anything to me.
That's just what I said. He said it to me.
Look, I'm not going to just listen to what you said
Michelle,
because
I've
you
been
said
working
it.
here
I don't
for
Wait. We didn't come here to watch you fight. Gene, what about Tom?
Tom?
Larry thought the world of him. He's head of sales and he knows the company.
Mom, I'm his son. Who knows the company better than I do?
Stephen.
Hey, time out. Listen to me. We may not even have a business to argue about. Larry's will divides the worth of the business in half. We've done the initial calculations, and you two have to pay a tax liability of almost $5 million.
What?
That can't be right.
What are we going to do?
We'll get a loan.
Don't count on it. We're talking about a lot of money, and for a company that just lost its primary asset, your father. The way I see it, you're going to have a problem with any bank, including the one you're dealing with now.
Oh, great.
Even if you can get a loan, think about the debt service. The value of your company may drop once you incur this debt.
Mom, what about Dad's life insurance?
That policy pays $2 million to your mother, but it's not near enough.
How can this happen?
It happens. Carol, you know how long I've been after Larry to meet with me and his financial planner. Look, we all know he didn't mean to leave things this way. But there was always another fire to put out, always another deadline. He just didn't get around to it.
What a mess.
Jerry, that was a call to action on that video.
Well, Steve, that type of situation, it happens every day.
Every day.
And as you said, although people aren't focused as much on the federal side of estate planning, the state side is still there, and it's still substantive.
And remember, people want to make a difference, so legacy planning is a huge issue for your children, grandchildren, oh my gosh, your great-grandchildren. Well, that's our show for today. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or email me, steve@thebiz.tv. That's the Buzz on the Biz for today. You've been in the zone, the Business Insurance Zone.
You're listening to the insurance industry's #1 resource for products, planning ideas, carrier information, and interviews you can use. When it comes to life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability, or group pension plans, we're the news you can use.